And why? Because the speech of this thing trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end must be changed. Right? So this word being recited is causing things to be but also instructing and to what you can speak and the power that comes with that. Okay? It says we must be planted to see us. Oh, yeah. In order for the people of God to be established, they have to be established. Now, this thing like this is the thing stuff. You know, tracing has to happen for the law is right. Then when I heard it, I stood up
and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, behold, the days come, this is verse 18, behold, the days come, that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
So just like Yahshua always say, the closer the Lord gets to coming back, the more people bug out. You see? And they lose it, they completely lost the sight of who their enemy is and who their power is.
Right.
You see? And their power is working, and their enemy is working, and they still trying to take selfies and do all this other crazy shit. Who's better out of LeBron and Kobe? Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Very about to be destroyed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at what Jake is focused on.
Right.
We have to, Esau is the end. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. And I still got to argue with a nigga about a hat?
Man.
No, I don't.
Right.
No, I don't. No, I don't. It ain't whether they hurt or whether they forebear.
Arguing about fringes.
You see?
How many years Lil Durk gonna get all that type of shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's really important to Jacob.
Black culture.
Black culture.
Yeah, that's it.
You see? But that's what I'm saying. Esau being the creator of a nigga.
Right.
Esau created niggas, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he in their world.
Right.
That Clone Tyrone movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? That Clone Tyrone movie, bro. Those niggas don't understand.
Right.
But we do. You know what I'm saying? And we to the point where we willing to die for this thing.
Right.
You know? You got something?
God. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 38 and 39. It says, but if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got all these Israelite groups, but only one of them prophesying.
Right.
IUIC ain't prophesying. They're not telling you what's coming. ISUPK, they're not telling you what's coming. Sakari ain't. Genesis ain't. AOI. Go get all the goddamn alphabets. Who gives a fuck at this point?
Yep. Right.
Everybody always telling you what they gonna do. But they ain't telling you that Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning. That's what a Jacob need to be knowing. You see, the elect of the nation of Israel has the concept down. We just gotta endure to the end.
Right.
You see? But the Lord set him up to deceive. Right? To be ruthless, to be cunning, to be the devil. Right?
That's what he was created for.
Yeah.
Just like there was, you got, bro, the devil to throw a rock in the crowd and hide his hand and let everybody else go through all this confusion while he over here count the money up. You know what I'm saying? So why Genesis debate, right? Why Sakari want to deal with Sonetta? Why IUIC want to blitz the church, do all this bullshit?
Get married and all that other shit.
Right? While they doing all that, we telling the nation, look, man, this is what it is. All that shit over there, that shit over there that they doing ain't fine and dandy. No. But that's what I'm saying. Esau set up all that confusion so he could work. But the prophets ain't having that.
Right.
You see? The Lord said the prophets would be like, look, no, it ain't that. It's this. Esau is the end. That ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. Right?
Right.
So whether you talk about Esau himself or whether you talk about the nigga babies, they all screwed. You know? Antiochus. We can get into Antiochus in a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get on the Esau and we're gonna get on the Edomites.
Right.
You see? treaty breaking, rape, rob, murder, everything. It never stopped with this nigga. He gonna have to be stopped. And who's gonna stop him? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, you said Jacob held his hill. You know? So let's who holding something?
I'm holding Acts 12 for Herod as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all break y'all precepts down too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whoever got a precept, let's go in order.
This is Isaiah 47:10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." See, Esau thinks the wickedness and all this madness he's doing, that he's going to be revealed. He's not going to be revealed. But we just read, I think brought out in 2 Thessalonians, he's going to be revealed. But when he's revealed, then what? That's when really the prophets really got to say, this is what's coming after that. All right? This is what's coming after it. And what is it? He's gonna be what? Destroyed. All right? That goes into Sirach 10:8. You know, it's going to come to what? After that, his kingdom is brought low. All right? It's going to be transitioned to what? The kingdom of heaven. All right? We can't just say, okay, he's the devil. Okay, so what you going to do about the devil? We got to prophesy and let him know that the Lord is going to come back. But we're going to bring this kingdom down, starting by what? With this word. And it's going to be, and it's spreading. All right, so it's a revealing, and then it's going to be a bringing down of his stronghold. And then what? Then you're going to have what? The Lord is going to reveal himself, which he's doing it. Because it says, the Lord, when these things start happening, the Lord is what? Visiting the earth which he made.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 6.
Speak up too, brother. Brother said something.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 6. It's just to kind of go into what the verse is talking about. It says, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See that thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee."
See, I would say you do dirt, you get dirt. Pretty much. You
Right.
see? The same, I would say the blood that was, he tell you that, what's that, Numbers 35? The only way to cleanse the blood of the land is to shed the blood of him that shed it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Blood is coming to this man, and that's what the way the Lord wants. You see? Go ahead.
Kind of, that's pretty much it. You know, it's
Okay.
like, what is it? Job 15 talks about that terrible sound that's in his ear. All right, so we know that this kingdom is pretty much at its end. You can't continue to export violence and think you're going to import peace. It doesn't work like that, you know. So now the nations now, they pretty much, they smell blood, man. And call on Yahweh Shem Yahweh where they into this man's rulership, man. So now blood is getting ready to pursue these people, man, ultimately.
That's right. And after that blood pursues them, the word is going to continue on without the division.
Right.
You see? Because the whole thing with Esau is he has an origin and an ending, and it's all written. You know what I'm saying? And within his story, the nigga ruled twice. The nigga ruled twice. You know what I'm saying?
You struck out both times.
So it is what it is on that. But the thing is, we live in a society where this nigga's in charge. So you got to so-called watch what you say and speak in code and do all this type of stuff. Well, that's fine and dandy. Because speaking in code and doing these things, rolling the way we roll in the spirit, he's still being exposed. And can't put his finger on nothing. Scrambling. What's that? Where it talk about him being thrust through.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Bring it out.
This is going just with Amalek. You mentioned speaking in code and all that, but at the end of the day, the Lord wanted it, and he's going to be taken out of the way. Now, this is a prophecy pertaining to Amalek, who was of the chief house of the nation of Edom. Because we read earlier in 2nd Ezra 6, Esau is the end of the world. So he's going to be in the leadership seat in the end of the world. All right? So this is pertaining to Amalek, who was the chief house of Edom. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 18, actually. This is Numbers 24 and 18. All right? And this is a vision that Balaam, the prophet for hire, had pertaining to the end of the world and the nations and how they're going to be subject under the nation of Israel in that time. So it says in verse 18, "And Edom shall be a possession," not just Esau, but the whole nation of people, Edom. All right, the nation. "Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for its enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly." And when you go into Seir, Seir acts as another code for Esau, Edom. When you go into the word Seir in Hebrew, any of you brothers know how to say Seir in Hebrew? It's Sha'ayar, which means hairy. All right, so another indicator that Esau is the hairy one that came out in Genesis 25. Okay, So it says, and Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth in the city. Just talking about Yahweh Shai. Verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took on his parable. All right, so there's a parable that's being spoken of about Amalek right now. It's a dark saying, but we understand fully what this parable means. Right. It says, and said Amalek was the first of the nations. So Esau is the end of the world. Amalek is the first in the position seat right now. All right, but his latter shall be that he perisheth forever. So this is the Lord's intentions. You got it, Squan.
If I could just add on to that point real fast, what you said about that first, for you other brothers, what's that word first in the Hebrew? If you don't know, it's all good, but that word is barashia. That's right. Like beginning, chief, first, head.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So as the PCR was going into, Esau right now was given the fatness of the world, of the earth. Let him know that he will be at the top. He was the first of the. And also too, he was the first to attack us coming out of Egypt. Too.
Right. Yep. That's where I was going.
You know what I'm saying? So when you read Exodus the 17th chapter, that's why the Lord He swore. He said, like, look, I'm gonna swear upon my name. I'm gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation. You see what I'm saying? So these small hats, they're dukes of Edom. Amalek is a duke of Edom.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like they're a chief house of the house of Esau. The Lord. That's why you see what's going on with Amalek right now. They're being exposed so hard because Yahweh Bashim Shai is fulfilling what he said that he would have constant war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. And the Lord is the only one that can bring him down. You see, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai is the only one that has the power to bring down this nigga. You can't do it on your own. But that's why it's so important with the mere power of the word going out, man. See what I'm saying? We're preaching. The power of speech. Just as Jericho fell, Esau's fallen just by us speaking through the Spirit, man.
The sound vibration.
That vibration's going out there. Like that.
It's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening now. You see, putting that vibration of his destruction. You see, he got all. I would say the earth was given to him. You see, now it's about to be taken back.
Yep.
And ain't no way to get around it. What's that? What's that? Job 20.
The fullness of his
There we go. Yeah. Let's get that. Because we want to make sure that the whole nation is going to fuck down, and individually you're going down. So we want to make sure we get the precepts to bring forth the understanding that you're not gonna get away. You see? You'll say, well, it was just Esau. No. It's the whole nation. The prophecies say the whole nation. So we're going to get the prophecy.
Well, the whole thing is, I'm sorry. They said, people like to say, no, Esau. Like, check this out. People like to say, these Christians are like, no, it's talking about the person Esau. Okay, let's just say that. Let's say that's what you believe. Okay, cool. So that must believe that you must believe in reincarnation then, huh? Right. Because Esau died a long time ago, didn't he? So if it's talking about just Esau, he died already. So what? If it's talking about Esau, that must be that he must be coming back.
They don't understand the Most High deals with nations when it comes
Right.
to judgment.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All the individuality of these Christians, oh man, that shit that's not.
Yeah, but Herod, Antiochus, you know what I'm saying? All the Edomites.
Haman.
All of them. All of them gonna get it. See, what's in Isaiah 14? Isaiah 14, they say we cutting off the nephew, we cutting off the pops, we cutting off the brother.
Yep.
Anything with a swinging rod is getting cut off.
Right.
And who holds the seed? The man.
Right.
So if you're going to get rid of all the men, that means you're going to get rid of a whole nation.
Yep. That's really.
You see? The women going to be handmaids. You see? It's just going to be the women.
And the verse they're going to be spoiled. They're going to die out too.
Father, son, nephew, all of it's gone.
That's their posterity, yo.
That's what the prophecy say. You know what I'm saying? So let's start getting some precepts. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to dry talk like Elder Mike Osby saying.
I got the Job real quick.
I got that kind of hair on him.
Hey,
I'm gonna read quickly. I'm gonna just start up.
we're gonna start with the Elder and then work our way around.
This is Job 20:19. It says, because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not. And America, Babylon the Great, was given to Esau. He didn't get it according to his own merit, according to his own hard work. That's why it's going to be taken away, like you just mentioned earlier, Elder. verse 20, it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not say that which he desires.
See, this is where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? He's still moving forward with his plan, but he ain't as confident. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to see the prophets. You see, at one point, it's bro, this nigga had been lying for years, and it was cool. Now everything is being swatted down and being challenged. Go ahead.
It says, verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. And there's a shameful spewing on the glory of the wicked right now, like it says in Habakkuk. You know, he's being diminished amongst the world empires right now, especially Babylon the Great, America, man.
Bad.
He's looking as a laughter stock, man. Here's the point, verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
That's what I'm saying. Everything's starting to backfire.
Right.
You know, all the pieces are starting to move into Armageddon. Right. He coming up on missile behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, he done so much. And then his whole plan with this AI and the MOTV. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even mentioned that yet.
The order out of chaos.
You know what I'm saying?
He's still at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all the chaos he about to ensue. So you know what I'm saying? Like just bringing disorder to cause a reaction, just to bring forth more draconian law. Like this draconian laws is here, but we ain't seen shit yet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really just
Volume low right now.
Yeah, it ain't really just smack down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why the scriptures say, when you read it loosely paraphrased, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax worse. When you read that verse, every hand of the wicked shall slay them. That's going into the terror that's going to come from the disorganization of the laborers that are here. You know, the heathen that are floating around. You know, not race wars, but more so class wars and such. You know, all that's going to take place because iniquity shall abound. You know, I forgot the word for iniquity in the Greek. Anomia, the water. And it ultimately leads all out lawlessness. You know, so that's going to be the fruits of that anarchy. You know,
which leads you to the Apocrypha in 2 Ezra 15, 16, 8, and 9. You know what I'm saying? all these different chapters that's going in. All these prophecies, pardon me. All these prophecies that's coming, you seeing them come to pass. Because that's the blessing in being in this thing in sincerity and truth. You see what's playing out. You know how you watch a movie like Ocean's 11 and you see everything happening live, but then they go back and they show you how all that shit was manipulated and how it played out. We got that ourselves. You see?
We in the movie, but we got the script. So
there you go.
This how he get to this point.
You know what I'm saying? You know when you get to that point in the movie where the superstar be like, all right, y'all, this is what we gonna do. Such and such, such. They start talking to the audience. You know what I'm saying? Then they jump back to the movie. That's what we doing.
You know? We in the movie and we behind the camera too.
Comic book that's called breaking the third wall.
And we in the movie, y'all.
We the spiritual Spike Lee.
You know what I'm saying? So being able to understand these things and break them down, we can't sit on this info. Because the Lord said, if you don't go out there and tell them what I said, you're gonna have blood on your hands.
Right.
You know? So I would much rather just do what the Lord say and prophesy and tell people what they need to hear. Because it ain't up to us whether they get the info.
Right.
We went out there, we presented it, that was it. So we did our part.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, making niggas get it ain't in our job description.
Because first of all, you can't. You can't. The Lord didn't give us that job.
Right.
He said whether they listen or not, just do what I said do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much he put us in, but he gave us an out. It ain't y'all fault if they don't listen.
Yep.
I just need you to get after them. You know what I'm saying? And we like, okay. But yeah, who's reading? Break it out.
This is I was gonna get one 1 Corinthians 4, but I'll grab this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, and verse 31. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut, and it says, and shut when thou shouldest repay.
You break it down?
God, I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 4 and 31. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, because when Isaac, gave Esau, when you read the book of Genesis 27 chapter, the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, the blessing of the sword, Esau, he stretched out his hand to receive it. Right. But now we're in the times to where the Lord, Isaac, if you can receive it, Yahweh Shah, okay, it's starting to require that which Esau has in his possession, starting with the Lord's chosen people, as well as the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. Yeah. And as you was mentioning earlier, this point about AI You know, this whole technocracy that's being set up. This is basically Esau and his desperate attempt to try to consolidate and have a re-grip upon that birthright, man. You know, which is not his. He sold it, man.
Just like in Revelation, it says he knows he has but a short time.
Yeah.
You see? And that time is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, but the whole time, the prophecy is pushing that shorter.
Yeah.
You see? Because everything he come out with is based on prophecy. We basically, through the Spirit, telling him this is what you're going to do. And he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, by now you would think that the MOTB would be off the table.
Right.
Like, hell no, I'm calm. We're going to have to do something else. No, this nigga's pushing this shit.
Why not hard have received it?
You know what I'm
He says,
saying?
yeah. He gonna still try to fulfill his purpose that the
Yeah.
Most High put in him, you know.
Yeah. Alright. Matter of fact, let's we'll use the Job, right?
Yeah, I finished what I
Okay.
had.
I'll do like a quick one in Job.
Let him rain. We want to make sure we get Herod and Antiochus though.
I got hair out
You know, because the Lord ain't gonna have mercy on him. I would say any motherfucker more profane than Esau.
Yeah, that's Hebrews 12.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord is pointing this dude out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start at the top, you know, and read down, just because, you know, Job 14:1. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. You can start with Esau, that's his end all be all. He's gonna be cut down. You know, he fleeth as a shadow and continueth not. And doest thou open up thine eyes upon such an one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who could bring a clean thing out of unclean? Not one. All right, so just going into it, Esau was a nation that was set up to rule the earth for a period of time and be taken out of the way. From the highest Edomite all the way to the lowest. You know, he's an unclean nation, so you can't get anything clean out of that.
That's right.
You know? And verse 5 is the key point. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
That's what I'm saying? And he is trying to pass those bounds with this whole MOTB, this whole AI thing. You see?
Yep.
It ain't gonna work though. It ain't gonna work because, bro, he even show you in his movies. This nigga, his creation always turns on him.
Yeah.
You think the Lord gonna set up a creation that's gonna turn on him?
Right.
Absolutely not. That's how we know that this nigga is the end and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Right.
You see? Whether you're an individual Edomite, which builds up the nation. The nation is built of individuals. So you hoes ain't gonna get. Come on now.
Right.
Well, it was just talking about Esau. He already got his. What nigga you the one? Well, what about? So you blame this nigga?
Right.
Oh no, that was just Esau. Esau been gone, but this nigga eating snake meat and killing Jake and persecuting the prophets under the guise of Christianity.
Yep.
Christianity is dead. That's another creation that turned on him. All this nigga creations turned on him.
Right.
You see them niggas in the circus and shit get ate by the tiger?
Yeah.
You figured you created a scenario where you was in rulership over this tiger.
Right.
Right.
Now you tiger food. His creations always turn on him, man. You see? Including Israel. You got 2/3 of Jake that want this nigga to make it. But the prophecy even say they gonna turn on him. Everybody gonna turn on this nigga, man.
Yeah.
Revelation 17, Revelation 18, everything is gonna turn on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? The planet is turning on this nigga. Because he the end. Everything is tired of it.
Yeah. And if you don't want to let it go. And Esau, he's a man that he won't let things go. He'd rather burn the whole house down than to transition it over to something
over
else.
my dead body. Ain't that his phrase?
That's his phrase.
What dead body out there?
Yeah. That's why I say it
We
would
gonna
be no
step,
flesh.
we gonna step right
there.
over.
Matthew 24:22. So, you know, if the Lord don't shorten these days up, it would no flesh be saved, because Esau would burn everything down before he let it go.
And spiritually, time is speeding up. You know? What you got on boy?
This is Job 18 and verse 18. And it's speaking about the wicked, if you can receive it. It says, he shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world.
Pump to pump. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go from sugar to shit. That's prophet. That's prophecy, man. It happened to us. That's what I'm saying. We went down,
Right.
and we the righteous.
Right.
So what you think gonna happen to him? these pride. Like, matter of fact, somebody get the. We gonna get the Antiochus one right now. You know what I'm saying? The elites, the ones that you never see. This type of stuff don't happen. You know what I'm saying? They not, bro. They in charge, but they ain't in charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They've been appointed.
Yeah.
Something that's higher.
Now with Antiochus was so proud and so wicked and so devilish, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord got him. The Lord got him. You know what I'm saying? The way that the Lord did Antiochus, the way he rotted him from the inside out, and he took that pride away from him to the point to where he was willing to be, I don't even be a Jew myself. He was in so much pain.
Yeah.
You know? That's the type of pain that the Lord is going to bring to these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1. Let me just start from the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pick your spot. Yeah, we ain't got to read the whole chapter.
Okay. 1 Maccabees 1:1, just going into the root of it all. And it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, or Cont'D, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Yeah, and these are Edomites, right? Edomites. When you get into the Maccabees, when the scriptures talk about the earth was being given into the hands of the wicked, when you get to Maccabees chapter 1, it tells you how that group from Alexander to his 4 generals and wickedness multiplied in the earth. That's the fulfillment of the earth being given into the hand of the wicked because they used the sword, which was given to them by Isaac, you see, to take down the surrounding nations. Go ahead.
Come. It says that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. And there's that first again that we talked about before.
Yeah.
You know, so he was in the chief seat in Greece, going into Philip, later on Alexander. It says, verse 2, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations.
That's what I'm saying. That's how the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. The Lord put the hand in the sword of this devil and let him do his thing to fulfill the prophecy. Right? So, like we said, there's an origin and there's an ending when it comes to Edom. Go ahead.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
That's what I'm saying. Alexander said Alexander started crying when there wasn't no more ass to whoop. When there wasn't nobody else to conquer, he was sad.
Nobody rising up.
You know? He was like, damn, what am I doing now? You know? And the Lord took him out.
That's right.
He had an origin and a fucking ending.
That's Evo right there.
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 4, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Right? Talking about Alexander. He's out of there. I would say his beginning and origin have gone.
Yep.
Now, fast forward to Antiochus, which came out of the Seleucid line, which was one of his 4 generals. You see, the nigga had an origin, he had a fucking ending.
Right.
So let's get into his origin and ending.
Come.
You know?
Verse 6, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule everyone in his place.
Right.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. And so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied upon the earth.
Right. Ptolemy, Seleucid, Lysimachus, and what's the last one?
Ptolemy, Seleucid, Lysimachus,
Lysander. Yeah, Lysander. You see, and the Seleucid is where Antiochus came from.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, ruled over the realm of Coeli Syria, as they would call it when you research it. Verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. And in those days there went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
And Antiochus put hell on Jacob.
Yep.
He put pure hell on Jacob. Like ridiculous. Go ahead.
God, you keep going with? Okay.
Jump down to where the Lord started dealing with him.
All right, well, that's the second. That's the
Yeah.
second Maccabees.
Chapter 9.
Yeah, I was going to add Antiochus Epiphanes. When you go into the surname Epiphanes, it means God manifests.
Right.
Just goes to show you the pride of these damn Edomites, man. That's just how they get down. Just show the book of Obadiah.
Yeah. That's what you got, like my man Cotton Swab, y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He like, you know, them they pretty much state that, you know, now they literally claim themselves to be God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like openly.
Yeah.
That's why they say, like, if God was to flood the earth again, we don't care. We got the particular technology that we will be able to circumvent God flooding the earth, flooding the earth. Let you know who's in power and rulership all over again, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Esau, Edom. This is them. They're the ones that's in power right now, man. So what's the Lord gonna do? He's gonna bring them down in a fashion that the Lord ain't never seen nobody be brought down before. You know.
All right, let's get Antiochus. We got it. We established his origin. Now let's get on his end.
Come. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague."
All right, so this is your individual, right? For people that say, well, it was just Esau. This is an Edomite in the hands of the Lord, fucking terrified. Is it not a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power? What this faggot did. Let's see what happened to him.
Come. It says, "For he, as soon as had spoken these words of pain of the bowels, that was remediless," meaning uncurable.
I was saying stomach hurt. Started out with a stomach ache. And watch how the Lord proceeds to make this nigga more and more and more and more and more uncomfortable. Let's go.
God. It says, "A pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Yep. Howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride."
That's what I'm saying. His stomach bug. Oh, my stomach bug.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still talking shit.
Right.
Right? Because he ain't figured out what it is yet.
Making our people eat pork and shit, man.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
He don't realize what's going on. But that pride is being broken.
Right.
Go ahead.
Continuing on in verse 7. "Howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews."
Bro, that's how they Edomites are. The scriptures tell you they're not going to repent.
Right.
Right? When you in pain, though, when you in pain, it's different. Go ahead.
It says, "In commanding to haste the journey, but it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained."
That's what I'm saying. So he started out with a stomach ache. You know what I'm saying? Now he done fell off his horse. He all broken up and busted up.
He got fucked
You know
up.
what I'm saying? And it's continuing to get worse.
Got knocked off his high horse.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
beautiful, yeah.
It's continuing to get worse. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 8, it says, "And thus he that a little afar thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in balance, was now cast on the ground, and carried in an horse sitter, showing forth unto all the manifest power of the Most High, so that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man."
That's what I'm saying. He riding from the inside. Bro, this nigga, he's decomposing while he's still alive.
Right. Yeah.
This nigga still living. Decomposing.
Yes.
Stitch.
Worms
See?
coming out and everything like that.
And
right?
the Lord ain't gonna have mercy on the individual, anybody, or the nation. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's ironic too enough when you read the scriptures going into Esau's fall, which this is talking about an individual, but it says the worms shall be under thee and be over thee. You know how the Lord had the poetic essence of actually having worms come out this nigga.
Yep.
You know, when he went to his fall. You know, the Lord is bad like that, you know.
And I'm
He's
saying,
terrible.
and I'm saying the same Lord that did this to him has plans to do that to the whole nation.
That's right. That's
You
right.
see? Now it say the nephews, the uncles, all the men gonna get cut off.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So we get the insight on how much pain the Lord is gonna inflict on. It was like, yeah, the nation is going down, but the nation is made up of what? Individuals.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So whether if the Lord decides to do this, or this, whatever He decides is gonna happen to them. You see? And the end result is destruction, which is what we lead up to. Go ahead.
Verse 9. so that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army.
That's what I'm saying. People, they can't stand to be around him. It's so bad. He started to stink up the joint. You know what I'm saying? And you already know he being hella unreasonable because he in pain, yelling and screaming at everybody. You know, lose it. Now just imagine this. Just imagine this. You know what I'm saying? Happening, and you, bro, when you can't do nothing but hurt. Yo, Lord mad. Lord mad at this devil, man. You see, bro, the plan, the prophecy is to burn the whole nation.
Right.
Go ahead.
Most I had him living in a corpse, man, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, parasites literally
Yeah,
coming out of him.
through.
Yeah.
He was through.
Verse 10. And the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta carry this dude. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can only imagine how those the so-called elite families, when they be in their 90s and shit, and they find it croak, and they make it, and they put it on the news and shit, bro, I can only imagine how that last you whatever was. You can't tell me that they just walked off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna assume that they was in pain. Shit.
Bro, it said that he reached into the stars of heaven. Bro, back then, that knowledge wasn't even increased back then yet. That's old, man.
I got a quick precept.
Break it out.
This is Daniel chapter 11, verse 45. And this is a prophecy of Antiochus' fall right here. Daniel 11 and 45 says, and he shall plant, talking about Antiochus, symbolically Esau still.
Yep.
And he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. You know, going into what he was able to do. It says, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
None shall help him. You see? His men, he's stinking. You know what I'm saying? He was hard to be around. You see? But all this came from this nigga's pride. He was prophesied that he was gonna be this proud.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
Didn't Judas Maccabees or somebody prophesy that he was gonna have worms?
Oh, hey, I wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah.
You got something, Mike?
Yes, sir. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high.
Yep. That's it. That's it. You see? And that pride, I would say that pride is to, you see what his pride did. And what happened to him way back then. Imagine the pride of at least the knowledge have increased. You see what they say? If the Lord decides he don't want to make it rain no more, we can do it. We don't care. That's that pride. You see?
I got it.
Okay.
Well, it's not, he wasn't, I mean, you can tie it to this. This is 1 Maccabees 2 and 61. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. Fear not then the word of a sinful man, but his glory shall be dung and worms.
Wow, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
Never caught that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That was
That's it.
Matthias, right? Was that man?
Yep,
Matthias.
I never even caught
Okay.
that.
You just gonna come in and shoot three.
His hands back here.
Okay, let's get back.
God. This is back in 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 11. Here therefore being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride, and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High.
It was just like in Job when Elder Jacob was bringing it out a while ago. How in his fullness of the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
That's it.
That's what's happening in the Antiochus right here.
Yeah,
He was in the fullness of his sufficiency, hurting like a motherfucker. Go ahead.
God, it says of himself of the scourge of the Most High, his pain increasing every moment.
Every moment.
Not even every day, every moment.
That's what I'm saying. Every breath is getting worse. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And when he could himself, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words: It is meet to be subject unto the Most High, and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as he were the Most High. This wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more would have mercy upon him, saying thus, that the holy city, to the which he was going in haste, to lay it even with the ground, and to make it a common burying place, he would set as a library. So now he's having to change the heart all of a sudden when it's too late. You know?
You know what I'm saying?
Now you want to give reparations.
You know what? I'll do whatever you want me to do to this point. He's been broken completely down. You see? Let's see if the Lord had mercy on him though.
God, continuing on, it says in verse 15, I'm sorry, it said liberty, not library. I'm sorry, excuse me. He was set at liberty. My bad. Verse 15, and as touching the Jews, whom he had judged not worthy, so much as to be buried, but to be cast out with their children to be devoured of the fowls and wild beasts, he would make them all equals to the citizens of Athens, and also the holy temple.
I'll leave your people alone.
Yeah, right.
Just, I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, he couldn't even stand his own smell. Like, what can you do? You can't stand the smell of your own stink.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But you still can't do nothing. You can't move because you all busted up.
Yeah, you can't shower. You know how sometimes you smell yourself. You're like, I need to take
You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do nothing.
That's terrible, bro.
What verse is it?
Verse 16. It says, in the holy temple, which before he had spoiled, he would garnish with goodly gifts and restore all the holy vessels with many more.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna clean up his mess. I clean up my mess, Lord. He repenting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And out of his own revenue,
Somebody get no repentance for Esau.
and out of his own revenue, he frayed the charges belonging to the sacrifice.
So look, I come out my pocket. I do this. I do that. Lord wasn't hearing none of that.
Right.
His own bread.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord wasn't trying to hear none of that. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Yea, and that also he would become a Jew himself.
I keep the law. I keep the law, statutes, and commandments. I tell everybody to push the law, statutes, and commandments. Just get this pain out.
Yeah, fringes.
Yay! Go ahead.
It says, and go through the world that was inhabited and declare the power of the Most High.
That's what I'm saying. I go out and push this truth. Go ahead.
And verse 18. But for all this, his pains would not cease. For the just judgment of the Most High was come upon him.
That's what I'm saying. His pain would not cease because the just judge of the just judgment of the Lord was on him. You see? And the Lord don't change his mind.
Righteous judgment.
You think the Lord could have changed his mind in the middle of judging somebody? Like, no, the judgment was already set. Go ahead.
Therefore, despairing of his health, he wrote unto the Jews the letter unwritten, containing the form of supplication after this manner. And that supplication is begging
Yeah.
and pleading. Verse 19, Antiochus, so this is his letter.
Yeah.
Antiochus, king and governor, to the good Jews, his citizens, wisheth much joy, health, and prosperity.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Can you imagine the pain he had to be in to write that letter?
Yeah, so much pain, he couldn't even stand on business no
You know
more.
what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know, he was forcing people to sacrifice pigs and
Yep.
all kind of stuff, bro. Like this nigga was tripping.
Bugging, so.
You know what I'm saying? Now, to the good Jews who I love so much.
Yeah. Right.
We gonna see what happens to this nigga.
Verse 20, and if your children fare well, and your affairs be to your contentment, I will give great thanks to the Most High, having my hope in heaven. As for me, I was weak, or else I would have remembered kindly your honor and goodwill. Returning out of Persia.
I'm talking about he kissed
He
ass.
sound like a politician, man.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't that Joe Biden that called himself apologizing to the Native Americans?
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what that motherfucker going through.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Booing on himself.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
He farted on camera like 3 times. Returning out of Persia and being taken with a grievous disease, I thought it was necessary to care for the common safety of all, not disturbing my health, but having great hope to escape this sickness. That's why he did all that,
Man, can you imagine him reading that letter?
Man, right? Praising the Lord like a blood reading that letter.
Yeah.
We gonna rejoice at the downfall, man.
That's right.
We gonna rejoice at the downfall of the heathen, just like they rejoiced at the downfall of us, man. When we fail, they party. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 23. But considering that even my father, at what time he led an army into the high countries, appointed a successor, to the end that if anything fell out contrary to expectation, or if any tidings were brought that were grievous, they of the land, knowing to whom the state was left, might not be troubled. Again, considering how that the princes and the borderers and neighbors unto my kingdom await for opportunities, and expect what shall be the event, I have appointed my son Antiochus
Now,
the
the
king.
reason we went going through this whole letter is because you seeing how the Lord inflicted this
Right.
pain on him and how he's responding to it, right? And the Lord still didn't deliver him after all that stuff that he promised he was going to do.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of pleading.
Yeah, you know? Go ahead.
Whom I often committed and commended unto many of you when I went up into the high providences, to whom I written as followeth. Therefore I pray and request you to remember the benefits that I have done unto you generally.
That's what I'm saying. You see that? Now keep in mind, he had already put hell on Jacob.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Killing women and children and shit, you know what I'm saying? Knocking out men, doing all the things that he was doing. Sacrificing, all those things that he did. Now, he's saying, well, just remember that I at least did this. Damage already done. You know? Go ahead.
What verse you at?
Come, I'm in the verse, excuse me.
20,
Yeah, I'm pretty much in verse, this red verse.
26.
Yeah, 26, yep.
I can read it if you can.
Come, Bible
the
is strong.
GNT. I got the GNT. Verse 26, it says, now I strongly urge each of you to keep in mind the good things that I've done for you, both individually and as a nation.
Right. Individually and as a nation. That's what we've been talking about this whole time, right? Individually, Jake got messed up. As the nation got messed up. Same thing here. Go ahead.
And to continue in your goodwill towards me and my son. I am confident that he will treat you with fairness and kindness, just as I have always done.
Sure.
Ain't that something?
Right.
Ain't that something? Just keep quiet.
Shit, though he go crouching. And so this murderer who had cursed God suffered the same terrible agonies he had brought on others, and then died a miserable death in the mountains of a foreign land.
Can you read that last line one more time?
The one I just 27,
Yeah.
it says, I am confident that he will treat you with fairness and kindness, just as I have always done.
Mm-hmm.
And so this murderer who had cursed God suffered the same terrible agonies he had brought on others.
That's what I'm saying. So after all that repenting, after all that begging, after all that supplication, the Lord still killed that nigga. So now let's get that precept.
Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau,
Esau, right? Esau had the Edomites.
who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Mm-hmm.
For you know,
You read about that back in Genesis. Go ahead.
for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Mm-hmm.
For he found no place of repentance.
No place of repentance. We got an individual version of it. We got the nation version of it in Obadiah. Right? We're going to get that. We're going to end in Obadiah. But somebody get Isaiah 14.
Oh, okay.
Somebody get Isaiah 14. You pull your precept what you got, but we're going to get Isaiah 14 because it talks about the destruction of all the men. You got it?
Yeah, I'm going to finish it out.
Okay, go.
And he says, though he sought it carefully with tears.
See? He sought it carefully with tears. He writing letters, you know what I'm saying? In pain, all busted up, but still got a scribe and like, look, tell him, you know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't write, of course. The nigga was through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had his scribe write up a letter, talk about all this. Look, just remember the good that I did. You talk about after all the bad?
Tender mercies of
The Lord wasn't having it. You see, so after all that, so this is letting you know that the Lord not going to have mercy. You see? He says he's going to have mercy on who he's going to have mercy on. He's going to have compassion on who he's going to have compassion on. The mercy goes to Israel.
He's a vessel fitted for destruction.
You know?
His sins reached up. His sins reached the heaven.
Yep.
It was already set.
He fulfilled his life.
He fulfilled his life. That measure.
Yep.
That was set for him to fit. He filled it.
That's it.
And there was nothing he could do about it. I had that account with Herod, but I mean,
How long we been on?
We've been going for an hour and a minute.
see, it's
Oh,
about
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, bring it out.
Okay, it's only 3 verses. It says Acts 12 and 20. It says, and Herod was highly displeased with them of Tyre and Sidon, but they came with one accord to him, and having made Blastus the king's chamberlain their friend, desired peace, because their country was nourished by the king's country. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne, and made an oration unto them. And an oration is pretty much a speech. It says, and the people gave a shout, saying, "It is the voice of a God, and not a man." And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not the Most High the glory.
That's what I'm saying.
And he was eating of worms and gave up the ghost.
And that's another Edomite.
You sound very similar to somebody.
Another Edomite. Going from sugar to shit. Hump to pump.
And he was eaten by worms.
You see? So, when you think about what the Lord is doing to this nation, individually and as a whole, that brings fear. You see? And it also brings hope. Because you see what they doing, and you like, man, come on now. Come on, man. Like, put the boozy, come on, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the stuff, and this nigga putting his plans out, this nigga like telling you what he gonna do, and that's just that. We just got to roll with it. No, man. No. It ain't gonna work like that, man. This what you got?
Sirach 39.
Bring it out, and then get Isaiah 14. The son and the nephew, you know what I'm saying?
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 38 and verse 15. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Physician, it's like physician.
Physician, yeah. That's a hard word to say.
But yeah, that's the point. As the elder was just beautifully breaking down, or just going to that account, the 2nd Maccabees, the 9th chapter, concerning Antiochus Epiphanes, man. You know, the Lord fell into the hands of the ultimate, physician, which is, Yahweh Shema Shah. Because the physician, he has the power to, to heal you, to remedy the plague that you're going through. See, but the Lord himself is against you, Edomites, man. So there is no healing unto the individual or to the nation, man.
He's a cancer, so yeah, what do you do with the cancer? Go get it out. The physician is going to remove the cancer out of the earth.
Yeah. Right.
I got that.
Whoever closer.
Yeah, working with this mic over here.
I was gonna read it in NLT if you didn't mind.
Hey.
This is Isaiah chapter 14. I'm starting verse 20 in NLT. You will not be given a proper burial, for you have destroyed your nation and slaughtered your people.
It's Esau have I hated, right? So if he hate Esau, whatever comes from Esau, the Edomites.
Right.
You see? They just gonna throw how you gonna throw Esau up under the bus after you done reaped all these benefits? You know what I'm saying? Oh, now you a Christian.
You a Christian man?
Nah, nigga. You okay? Well, then you a Christian Edomite. How about that? Go ahead.
The descendants of such an evil person would never again receive
The
honor.
descendants of such an evil person.
Yeah, that's it.
You see? So you can't escape the judgment, man. Go ahead.
Kill this man's children, let them die because of their father's sins.
That's what I'm saying. That's in the Bible. Go ahead.
They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with their cities.
That's what I'm saying. They done already did that. You see? Gold words talk about cutting off the nephew.
Verse 22.
Yeah. Keep reading.
God, it says, in verse 22, this is what the Lord of heaven of armies says.
This is what the Lord is saying. So all these people out here that got these Bibles, you see, all these people that want to come up and take pictures and put their hands all in your face and all this old goofy ass shit.
Right.
You see? I guess they missed this.
Right.
Look, that's cool that you missed it, because we here to tell you.
Right.
So you can't say you didn't know. I didn't never see this part of the Bible. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Go ahead, bro.
You seen it now.
You know what I'm saying?
I myself have risen against Babylon. I will destroy its children and its children's children, saith the Lord.
Go to the King James. It's juicier than the King James.
I
need all that.
This is Isaiah 14, verse 22 in the KJV. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord Yahweh Bahashai of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, and son and nephew, said the Lord.
All the males gonna be destroyed of the Edomites. Every Edomite male will be destroyed. And I don't care what y'all got going otherwise.
Right.
The Lord said that. So vocab.
Right.
Okay.
Job 18 and 19. he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings.
That's total extermination. You see, that's letting you know. I was saying, without men, you can't have a nation. You see, because the sons and the nephews, hey, get them up out of here. Get them out of here. See, that's how they not gonna be able to rise up again, because it ain't gonna be nothing to rise from.
Right.
You know. Go ahead.
Psalms 121 and 10. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they have intended evil against thee. They have imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
So for all you Israelite scholars out there, when they gonna come back and take down the Lord and the Israelites? It's gonna be impossible because they ain't gonna be there. You see? What? How they gonna do it? Yeah. It ain't no book out there that's gonna change that. You know what I'm saying? Alright, now let's go to Obadiah and then we can go ahead and close out after that. Yeah,
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
This is Obadiah 1:18.
Just get straight to the stubble.
Kind of. Obadiah 1:18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kill in them and devour them. Here's the point. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
That's what I'm saying. The cousins and the nephews and everybody cut off.
See,
Nephews and them. The seed is cut off. Seed, said the Lord.
John 5:5. Add that. What is that? Job 15:32 says that it'll be accomplished before his time, in the fullness of his sufficiency. And his branches shall not be green. Now we know that's a dark saying. Branches being your generation, your lineage. Green meaning an evergreen tree, which is symbolic to immortality. So ultimately, they're going to be destroyed, and there won't be any remaining. So the scriptures are really good.
Hey, that's it, man. Anybody, y'all got anything else? Hey, so with that, Lord willing, that was edifying. And yeah, man, this devil is not gonna win, man. The Lord did not set this devil up to win. He told us that we was gonna win if we be obedient, man. So we gonna continue to fight, Lord willing. We endure to the end. That's right. With that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Aki teachers by the Mayim Wa'abak. That's the sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.